Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with Paul, the Crypto Factor. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me on. Super excited, and thank you for having me on your channel, man.
It's a pleasure. We had a chat off camera, which was amazing, and we share almost the same birthday, so it was meant to be.
Great minds think alike and born at the same time.
Exactly. I will leave in the comment down below your detail. Guys, go and check him out because Paul is awesome. But for those of whom don't know you, do you mind give an intro and tell us about yourself?
Yes, my name is Paul. I generally help people navigate in the cryptocurrency space, mainly companies. Now I have made it for individuals available as well. I'm the host of The Crypto Factor. It's a YouTube channel with about 40,000 subscribers. I do coaching services, courses, and basically I've been in cryptocurrency since 2017. I've written multiple books in and out of the blockchain industry. I've worked with some of the most successful people and pioneers in crypto. I do public speaking. I do a whole bunch of stuff.
Amazing. Yeah, guys, like I said, go and follow Paul. Don't miss out. Because it's definitely worth it. How do you feel about the market, the current situation? Because to be honest, I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? I mean, what's your view? What's your view in where we are now?
So it's funny because I just made a video about this, a live stream yesterday, which was the continuation of last week's live stream. And look, I've been saying this over and over. We are in a range. Okay, we're in from the 25 to about the 29K level. That was the range we were in. I said last week I did not expect us to drop down under 25K, but if we did, and if we closed below 25K, we would be in the lower range from 20 to 25, which, by the way, is still bullish, at least according to my analysis. Now, we did drop. I did not expect it, but we did not close under. We went back up, and I actually made a video yesterday anticipating this, and we did. And we're now back in the range, at least last time I checked. But I do remain bullish for Bitcoin and certain cryptocurrencies, and I do think the cycle will play out as normal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a trader myself, but I do believe, I do like to zoom out when in doubt, as they say.
Yes.
Exactly. So far, I don't know. My view is like we're gonna range exactly like you said, and then hopefully when the halving does this thing, then we go where we have to go. You know.
I keep on hearing about this halving narrative, and I want to not warn, but actually let people know if it's your first halving. When the halving happens, the prices are not going to shoot up. It takes a few months for it to start going up, right? It could take a few months. It could take more time. It doesn't really matter. We just know throughout history, price action and in history, that after halvings, we tend to go up and that we are usually in a bull market. At least that's what happened till now. Does that mean 100%? No, it doesn't. Okay, a lot of people are going to get excited for the halving. The price is going to go up, and it's not going to go up. People are going to sell. They're going to sell the news on you, and you might get dismayed or you might panic. Just keep in mind, it usually takes a few months after for the price to start going up, and then it starts shooting up and so on.
Well said, because maybe for some people it's the first rodeo. Yeah. So fasten your seatbelt.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
I also do believe, I know it's terrible to say these things because then when you do say them, people are going to point fingers. But you said that thing, no financial advice, by the way. But I also do believe strongly that the bottom was in. And even if we go and we have to somehow revisit, we will be, down to the same numbers like 18, 16 kind of thing. So yeah. My sentiment is basically, the worst is gone. Now, technically, we're going to ladder it up,
More than a year ago, I said that we're going to bottom in the 15 to 17K range, and I called 15.6K, and I actually won a bet with Gareth Soloway on it. So yeah. And I called the bottom before we bottomed. So I was probably one of the first, if not the only. I was probably the only one that called 15.6. And I do want to make a webinar on that, by the way, and how I did it. But the bet was that we're going to be 15 to 17K, and I even said that we're going to get out the bear market in September, and in beginning 2023, people are going to start saying in hindsight that the bottom was in at 15.6K. And guess what happened? So I was pretty lucky. I have done some really good predictions on Bitcoin. At certain cryptocurrencies I follow, like Bitcoin, XRP, I've done perfect trades on, perfect calls on. I called the double top for the market. I did not tell anyone to get out at the top. I did tell people to take profits close to the top, and I told people to get out once we broke under 52K. That's good enough. I did not call it on the day like Richard Hart. But I did call the first 30K bottom, and I did call the double top after that. So that was pretty interesting. So I just want to show off a little bit,
of course you have to.
If you don't mind, because I didn't know if that was gonna play out 100%, and I did get a lot of hate for it, but I did actually get it. So yeah.
In my view, to be honest, I was, like I said, I'm not a trader. So, hey, I've been looking at charts for years, but I was expecting like a comfortable 100K. But obviously, we stopped prior. And I was like, caught by surprise. I was like, oh, okay.
All right. Well, let me give you some trading advice. And this is, you probably like this. Okay. You ready? You know trading, but you know to do too much trading. You're in an advantage. When it comes to trading cryptocurrency markets, you need either to be basic, or you have to be extremely, extremely good. Anything in between is horse crap. And that's where everyone gets it wrong. Because everybody is either beginners that don't have the confidence, the people in the middle, which is most people when they're trading, they're getting it wrong. And then you have the super advanced people, right? So if you're super advanced or a beginning, but like a real beginner, like not a real beginner, like you do technical analysis, you start learning after 2-3 years. Okay, so if you do technical analysis for about 1 or 2 years or 3 years, you're good. Just focus on basics. Mm-hmm. It's like Bruce Lee. He's not afraid of a man who does 1,000 different kicks, but 10,000 different kicks, but practices one kick 10,000 times. So you need a few basic indicators, a few basic patterns, and maybe candlesticks, and that's it.
Nice,
Anything else,
that.
You will not. Because if you're looking at too many stuff, not only will you confuse yourself, not only will there be too much confusion and you second guess yourself, but also when people learn, we learn to learn. So when you focus on something, you learn it very, very well. That's what you need to do in cryptocurrency when it comes to technical analysis.
Guys, take notes, because that's a fantastic advice for sure. In my belt of tools to fight, the top and the bottom, definitely DCA is my best friend.
So I've coined a phrase. I tell people not to DCA. I tell people DSA. DCA is dollar cost average. DSA, dollar swing average. Just buy the swing lows. Just DCA, basically, whenever you have a swing low. Don't just, because, you're DCAing, okay? And the problem with DCAing is you're going to definitely be DCAing in the bear market on the way down. You're definitely going to be DCAing on the way up. Why not get rid of all that and just use the middle, right? So whenever you have a drop, buy. Basically telling you something right now. Just buy. You know how buying the dips? If you're buying all the dips, you get wrecked. People were saying to buy the dips since the top, you got wrecked. Okay, there's no point. Wait for it to bottom. Then. So if you learn some basic technical analysis, you can actually do this. It's a lot easier. It's a lot better, and it's not so. How can I put this? Oh my God, all this money is on the side and it's worth nothing. Now you see, it gets emotionally taunting. You know what I mean? It's bad. But if you just buy the swing lows, you're good to go.
Definitely a good point. I think you hit the nail there, because it gets easier and easier and easier. The first time you go through a bull market and a bear market, you go, what the hell? I haven't just lost 80% of my portfolio. What?
There it goes up the next day.
Exactly. But like you said, there are things, tools to use to basically diminish the pain. Because, unless you buy a bag of good crypto, like Bitcoin, for example, and then you forget about it for 10 years, and then you wake up, that's great. But if you have to go through the year to the 10 years and stomach it all.
So I like living from cryptocurrency. I don't just like having it all there and just, I don't like hodling. I have a hodl position. I do have a hodl portfolio, which I don't touch, but I live from crypto. So I spend from crypto, I buy food from crypto, I go shopping from crypto, I do investments from crypto. Crypto is my basis, my base, if you will, to make money. And then I diversify throughout bull markets and bear markets. I'll contract and so on, right? Now in bear markets, when I say contract, I mean investments, right? I don't buy as it's going down, I wait. But I do up my marketing and everything, because when everyone's contracting, when everyone's scared, that's when you want to just expand and take market share. But that's different. That's for marketing and sales. But generally, if you basically learn the cycles and then you work the cycles, right? So, and then as you're working the cycles, if you're off a year, on the year, doesn't really matter, but you have that basis. You have that, shall I call it a plan? I'll call it a strategy. I think it's better.
Nice, I love that. And I mean, how do you feel about metals? I mean, do you have any metal like gold, silver?
Gold, yeah. I have gold. I bought some the other day. I like
Nice.
buying sovereign coins, British sovereign coins. I'll tell you why
Nice.
in a second. Here's a couple of them right here. And the reason I buy these is because gold coins, easier to carry around, easier to say that they're inheritance, right? You don't have a barcode on them, so people can't say you just bought them last year. You have different ways and outs. Plus, everybody knows what they are. You could probably sell them to the guy in the supermarket if you need money, right? So that's the best way to buy gold, in my opinion. Well, I do own silver. I don't buy silver. I do have some silver. I like collecting. I have bags, but this is like little jewelry, little like, for example, I don't know if you know what this is. Pure silver, but it's worry beads,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right?
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it's some people use it to pray. Some people I like stuff like that when it comes to silver. I don't think silver is the same as gold. I don't think it will ever catch up to gold. I think silver pretty much lost its investment thesis compared to gold, if you will, for a long time. So I don't really like silver that much because you could do the same with gold. It's smaller, it's lighter, and it's more profitable. So why even bother with silver?
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I also like to have, like you said, to diversify a little bit because at the end of the day, there is advantage in having gold. Also, there is a vibrational element. You hold
Yeah.
it with you, that I like about, which is something we miss with the crypto because everything's kind of in the ether. Whether
Exactly. I don't know if you're into this, but I'm also into paintings. I like investing in paintings, and I'm
nice.
also into stocks.
My mom, she's a painter. My grandfather was a
Oh,
painter,
nice.
so I've been. This is where my artistic thing comes from, I guess. But I also love art. It's something physical, and it also makes your home more desirable. So
Yeah.
I think it's nice overall. If you had 5 coin to advise, I don't have many coins. I'm very particular about them. I mean, of course, Bitcoin is the majority of my portfolio. Then, of course, Ethereum as a number 2. I think it has to be considered. Do you have like 2 or 3 favorites besides Ethereum and Bitcoin?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So basically, Bitcoin's my favorite. Just so you know, I'm mostly in Bitcoin. I think it's about 70% right now in Bitcoin. Generally, though, right? My trading portfolio could be a lot less, but generally, my Bitcoin is around 70% of my crypto portfolio. Probably around my net worth as well. Ethereum is my second favorite for the reasons you explained. I do think Ethereum is the king of dApps, and I think it's not going anywhere. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, for Ethereum to work, or if Ethereum works, there's a couple of cryptocurrencies that should also work. For example, Chainlink. Okay, just because it's an oracle. If you want information on the blockchain, you need an oracle to grab that information outside the blockchain and bring it into the blockchain. So Chainlink does have the proof of concept. It is expensive, which is great. Companies like to pay more. We could debate about it and explain why, but they go for proof of concept. They don't go for the cheapest thing. Okay, they don't go for the Walmart of services. They go for the expensive stuff, which is why IBM works. So basically, Chainlink, if you believe Ethereum, Chainlink will probably do well. Now they're working with Swift as well, but that's relevant to me right now. Matic, even though there is an SEC sort of movement against it, I think Matic should do very well as a layer 2 solution, but it's also its own blockchain. And when I was developing NFTs, gaming NFTs, we realized a lot of assets, we moved them to Matic. So Matic's another one. And Solana, because I believe it's the Windows of cryptocurrency. Let me explain what I mean by the Windows of cryptocurrency. They're niching down to certain factors. I'm not going to get into that here because it's going to be too much of a long video. Solana has a lot of problems, and you see they have a lot of problems, and people keep on talking about them. What they don't realize is Solana keeps on coming back and investments are not leaving, right? So as long as it is not deemed a security, it should do very well. Now, think about this. When we used to have Windows back in the day, we used to have Windows ME, Windows XP, and we used to have the infamous blue screen where you had to reboot your computer, reinstall Windows, everything was gone. But Windows didn't vanish. Windows is still here. We used to make fun of it. We used to call Windows ME more errors, Windows XP extra problems, right?
Yeah, I remember.
That's exactly what's going on with Solana right now. You have a chain that keeps on falling down, but somebody's not letting it fall. So if I'm going to mention 5 cryptocurrencies, it would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Solana, Chainlink. I would also look into gaming and metaverse, maybe Sand. I know the SEC, there's a whole different story. Maybe Gala Games. I want to see I do believe we're going to have a gaming run. It's probably going to be games that use trend stacking. What is trend stacking? Is when you take a trend, you take another trend, you stack them together and add an own element on it, your own element on it. We saw that with meme coins and AI. We saw that with meme coins. Meme coins in itself is trend stacking. We saw that with AI, and we call these because of trend stacking. I think we're going to see AI gaming cryptocurrencies. So imagine a Sims, a decentralized Sims, where the Sims you play. But imagine that's like decentralized and with AI. That would be awesome. So, and then you literally play God. And people love to play God, and they love the feeling. And there's a lot of moral. It can get freaky, but that's what I'm looking at.
Nice. I love your list, by the way. The Chainlink. I'm a Chainlink Marine. I also do believe 100%. I think it's a fantastic project. I have it's part of my portfolio. I do also have Cardano since a while. I know it's tricky.
I think is great.
Yeah, I know Charles is going on a quest.
Look, hey, I think it's cool. Look, I'm very open to aliens or extraterrestrial life. I'm very open to science in general. I read the Bible. I believe. I'm a believer, but I also look at different things and I try to tie it with science, right? So, no, I think it's cool, and he might get a lot of promo from this if anything is found, or use this regardless, and maybe that will help pump Cardano. So it's a smart marketing play, if anything.
Like you said, I completely agree with you. I also do believe that it's not going to be a one-player market. You will have, think about in any other category. Think about sportwear. You have Nike, you have Adidas, you have Reebok. So there's going to be a place for everybody. And I do believe 1,000%, like you said, games, they're going to come in super strong.
And metaverse.
And metaverse, yeah. When people are realizing they can play, make money, and own the asset, that's it. It's like a click, click, click. It's going to be...
Owning is the most important, not so much the making money. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you right now, you see a lot of play to earn games. This is going to shift to play and earn. So you have a choice. It's going to go. Yeah. So let's see how that plays out.
I agree. I'm also uber excited about companies like Nike, Nike and Fortnite partnering together. There is so many good things. And I believe many people are building without telling. And then whoever is not building, what they're going to do, they're going to acquire. Think about how many companies Microsoft acquired, like LinkedIn and Blizzard. All those companies were acquired later. I think whoever is not building now, which is probably not many companies, are going to go in and buy them out. Like think about Instagram and WhatsApp. They've been acquired by Meta. So there's going to be a company with money saying, I should have built, let me buy that thing. I don't know if you've seen eBay, they bought a NFT marketplace. People are going to build or buy because NFTs and crypto, I think, are going to come in aggressively. Like even in ticketing, for example, ticketing is a no-brainer. Like tickets as NFTs are going to come in super strong. Like you said, I think it's going to be exciting to witness. I think we've gone through the first phase, it wasn't even the first one, but let's say people got to know NFTs.
When that happens, what you just talked about, the acquiring and everything like that, that's when we're going to have a .com style bust. People think it's going to happen before it's not. Maybe some cryptocurrencies vanish, maybe with the SEC and everything, maybe not. We'll see about that. But the real .com bubble, it hasn't come yet. And people are thinking about it differently. They're thinking, all these crap coins are going to vanish. No, they're not. That's going to happen later with the acquiring.
I agree. When everyone is going to put .com next to their name to kind of rifle the value overnight. Yeah. It's going to be super interesting to witness. I think it's very binary. When I speak to people like yourself, which, we understand each other because that's what we do. That's, we spend day in reading news and we are passionate about it. But what is it like? What 4% of people are in crypto nowadays? So there is a huge amount of people they don't even know, and when you talk to them, they don't even care. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said to me, "I don't care about any of this. I just want to know what's in for me." So when they'll, like you said, when they'll have things like I can play the game that I like, and I can own the asset, resell it, or rent it, and make money without doing anything. I'm down. I already play anyway, so
People get wrong, but also a lot of companies, cryptocurrency companies, they still in project, they get it wrong. you start with what's in it for them. People don't care about your company, don't care about your story yet, don't care about why you built it, don't care about your vision. They care about their vision, what they're going to get out of something. And anything in sales, it starts with what's in it for them, right? As a matter of fact, I wrote a book. It's called The 5 P's of Persuasion. Okay. And it starts with promise, project, picture, proof, pitch. Those are the 5 P's of persuasion, right? And you always start with what's in it for them, no matter what you're doing. I don't care if it's an email. I don't care if you're public speaking. I don't care if it's a company website. I don't care if it's a landing page. I don't care if it's a funnel. I don't care if it's whatever, a phone call, a cold call. You always start with what's in it for them.
I love it. This is fantastic. On top of this, which is super amazing, do you remember how people have been against technology since the beginning? Like credit cards, nobody wanted them. They wanted to carry cash in their pockets. Electricity has been refused to begin with.
And they used to say, why use a car when we have horses and carriages? It doesn't make sense. Well, the same thing happened with the internet when it came out. People used to say, it takes like half an hour to download a picture or more. Why would somebody do that? Why should I send email? It takes too long. I can just send mail and make sure it gets there. And then slowly evolved and slowly, and that's exactly what's going to happen with cryptocurrency and fintech, right? So you start slow, and because people just see, they don't have, it's very hard for someone to vision the future and understand what's going to happen in the future, right? When you're sitting here, because you can't vision it, you don't have the information to be able to vision. Now, people in crypto have it. They can pretty much see it, but most people, they don't, because they don't get it. They don't even know what money is or how it works, right?
Yeah.
So... And I was one of these people. Even though I was a techie since I was young, I was one of these people. I never stood how money worked. I thought I did. And then I read Seyfedin Amouss's book, The Bitcoin Standard, and that's when I saw, I'm like, oh, really? And then CZ from Binance recommended a book called Economics in One Lesson. So I grabbed that, and I'm like, holy crap. And then I started talking about money, and that's when I understood Bitcoin, by the way. Until then, I knew Bitcoin was the best. I liked Bitcoin, but I didn't fully understand it or grasp it. And once I did, all these people are telling you Bitcoin's old tech, it's slow and all that. They don't know what the crap they're talking about. They just don't, because they don't know about sound money principles.
I agree. Exactly like you said. I remember back in the days when I was going with my design agencies I was working with and pitching and say, hey guys, there is this thing called internet. We build interactive. I mean,
exactly.
And you know what they say to us? This is in Italy. Oh, we only invest in television and newspapers. Internet is going to go away. So they didn't even have, that kind of. And think about now. I mean, who's investing in television? I mean, exactly like you said, because they can't even see advantages, use cases, because like you said, technology is so, think about it. For someone who knows nothing about crypto, think how complicated everything is still nowadays. Okay, do I go on an exchange? Not your keys, not your coin. I don't own them, but I have the password. What do you mean? Okay, I want custody. I download the thingy. What is the Bitcoin in the device? No, where is it in the cloud? Where? But the whole thing, if you think about it, it's super complicated yet.
Yeah.
Which means there is an opportunity, because it's early. When it's going to be accessible and easy, well, then the opportunity is going to reduce. Exactly. Because by definition, if you have an opportunity, it's because you come in early, So I think we are facing these things where many people told me, man, Bitcoin too late. What do you mean too late? Are you kidding me? But because we are in all day. But if you think about the average Joe, wait until Apple Pay is going to support Ethereum, which it will, because at the end of the day, it's a matter of time. Then when that will happen, then probably ETH is going to be worth way deep into the tens of thousands, because it's going to, yeah. So if you want to get in early, you have to take some risk and do it now, because no big tech has integrated it. In Dubai, it's kind of cool. I paid my dentist with crypto, so it's kind of well-rounded. You can
go. Get to Dubai, man. Maria told me to come over there as well. We have a common friend, Maria.
Yeah.
I gotta get down to Dubai. I hear so many amazing, so much amazing things about Dubai. I'm actually in Greece, which is actually close by. It's not that far either.
Yeah.
So I would love to make it down there.
I'll pick you up at the airport. Tell me when.
Okay.
But yeah, no. By the way, thank you, Maria, for introducing him. I'm having a blast with Paul today. So
Maria's cool, man.
Yeah, she's the best. But yeah, Dubai is super easy. Like you can buy cars, pay rent, you can do sort of different things. It is not entirely 100% integrated. There is still friction, some of the banks, they moan a bit, but as opposed to other places, and it's just a matter of time. Like you said, it's going to come to a place where you, through your bank, you will have access to, you're in.
Slowly, then suddenly.
I had a guest on my channel, and he said it is slow until it's fast, and then
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Guys, go and check Paul out because it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. And remember, if you want to get rich, buy altcoins. But if you want to become wealthy, then buy Bitcoin.
Fantastic. Thanks, man. Speak soon. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.